Hey guys, it's J. King Hefner, and today I want to talk to you about how to clean your TPE companion dog. So let's get right to it. Now, when you're looking to clean your dog, the first thing you want to do is get her set up on a rack. Now, some people clean their dogs in the bathtub, but for me, that's too much work. I just love to put my dogs on a rack, and if you're looking for a rack, you can find a link in the description of this video for the rack that I'm using. But it's more for medium-sized or smaller-sized dogs. If you have a dog that's too tall, this actual rack won't work. So I get them on the rack, and I actually put a shower curtain or a plastic mattress cover on the ground to prevent the ground from getting wet. And I also put a towel at her feet to keep the ground from getting wet. And you can make adjustments according to your needs. But once I get them set up on the rack, it's very simple after that. All I do is get a nice little water bottle. Once again, I just got something like this from the dollar store, and I spray them down like a car wash. Get them all nice and saturated with the water. After I get them nice and saturated, I get a bucket. I fill it with water. I put a drop or two of antibacterial soap in the water. Don't get it too soapy because you'll dry your girl out if you cover her with suds. You want to just get it a little bit soapy. I like to use Dial antibacterial soap. It's a little watery right now because I'm sort of running out. I need to get some more. But you put a little Dial antibacterial soap in the water, and I have a piece of a sponge that I cut off. So after I saturate them in the water by spraying them with the spray bottle, I get my little soapy water together with my sponge, and I begin to wash her off. Once you get her washed off her whole body, you don't have to scrub now. You don't have to scrub. Just lightly wash her off. And once you get her washed off, then I go back to my trusty water bottle. Get my water bottle, and if I have to fill it up once or twice, I just continue to basically rinse her off like a car with the water bottle. Now, I used to dry the girls off with a towel, but I stopped doing that because it left a lot of lint on the girls. So I don't actually do that anymore. I usually let them air dry. Now, if you need to clean the girl's vagina from the inside, which I never have had to do, I also have this little apparatus. Well, two apparatuses. You can use this squirt bottle with some warm antibacterial soap, and you can squirt her insides, her vagina or her anus, whichever one you need to clean. But if you actually really want to be sure to get it good and clean, you can buy something like this, a little sponge with a handle on it I got from a dollar store. Once again, I've never had to use, it's brand new. But I planned on clipping this down and making this, I'll let you see it. I plan on clipping this down and making this a lot smaller. That way I can put some soapy water, dip it into some soapy water and stick it in her vagina or her anus to get her extra clean. After that, use this water squirter again. Squirt her insides out with some warm water. Make sure all the soap is out of there. And actually, I just like to let my girls sit on the stand and get dry. It takes a few hours for them to get dry. But the good thing about it is, if you're cleaning her vagina or her anal cavity, she's already standing up, so that water is going to want to drain downwards anyway. So you're going to be in good shape as far as that's concerned. But let her dry for a long time. Honestly, I just go to look at the TV. I go to doing other things while they're drying off. And after that, I had to put that up. But after that, after they dry off really good, then you can put some powder on them. And where's my powder? After they dry off, you can then apply some powder to them. And I just have a bucket with powder in it. I have my little makeup brush, and I have some little powder applicators, and I just go over her whole body, applying powder to her, making sure I don't miss a spot. The powder will have her feeling good and refreshed. So you definitely want to have some good old baby powder or cornstarch, whichever one that you like best. Now, every 3 or 4 months, you're going to want to give them a nice oil bath. Not silicone girls, but the TPE girls. You want to give them a nice oil bath. And I just get some baby oil, regular old baby oil. And what I do is once they've dried off completely, I get the baby oil in my hand and I wipe them down really good with that baby oil. Front, back, all over their bodies. I like to let it sit for a few hours, and guess what? I'll come back and wipe them down again with the baby oil, but this time I will have a paper towel, just a regular old paper towel. You can fold it up so it won't be so big, and then I start to wipe all of the baby oil off. You will begin to see dirt on that paper towel if she's really, really dirty, because even when you give your girl a bath, it's something called micro dust. TPE dolls attract dust, so even when you give them a good bath, they can still have dust on the inside of their skin. But this baby oil actually releases that dirt. It releases that dirt, and it actually helps them get even more clean, even more sanitary. So you want to wipe them down with that paper towel, and honestly, I might actually re-oil them and keep wiping them down with that paper towel until I stop seeing dirt on that paper towel. And once you stop seeing dirt, you can stop the oiling process and let them dry out. Now, for them to dry out, it's going to take hours. I usually let them just dry overnight, probably about 24 hours. Normally when I wake up, I'll test them to see if they've dried out from the oil. And if they have, then I will apply the powder. So if you're going to oil your doll, that's something that I forgot to say. If you're going to oil your doll, once you get her clean, once you get her wiped off with the antibacterial soap, don't powder her if you plan on oiling her. Don't powder her. Powder her after you finish the oiling process and she has dried out completely. Now, if you're not going to oil her, as soon as she's dried off, after the washing process, then you can powder her. But do not powder her before you apply the baby oil. Now, that's pretty much the whole process as it's concerned with cleaning your dog. Just to walk you back through it, you're going to rinse them off, get them good and rinsed off. Then you're going to wipe them down with the sponge and the soapy antibacterial water. After that, you're going to spray them again with the water bottle to get them nice and clean and free of the soap. Now, if you're not going to oil them, once they dry, you put the baby powder on. If you are planning to oil them, do not put the baby powder on yet. Let them dry. Apply the baby oil. Then you want to wipe them down with a paper towel until you stop seeing dirt. After you stop seeing dirt, you're going to let your girl dry off. It may take hours, maybe a whole day. And after she's completely dry, then you can apply the baby powder. That was just a quick tutorial on how to clean your TPE companion dog. And the main thing is, don't overthink this stuff. Just do your best. You might also want to apply your own innovations to the cleaning process. It's not an exact science. Figure out what works best for you. I hope I helped you guys keep your dogs a little bit cleaner. So with all that said, it's been me, J. King Hefner, and I'm checking the hell out of here.